shattered soul, I'm not here to give you the same old advice, such as just take small steps. Call someone. Go outside. I know that when you're hollowed out inside, these words bounce off like rain on stone. You've tried, again and again. You've built the tower, only to see it crumble every single time. And now, you're tired. I get that. So here's what I want to tell you. You're not broken. You're human. And humans, at the core, are built to question, to ache, to fall apart, to just exist without a reason. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, wrote in Man's Search for Meaning that suffering in itself is meaningless. We give it meaning by the way we respond to it. But what if you're too tired to respond? Then don't. Not today. You don't need to fight every single moment. Some days, surviving is the resistance. Friedrich Nietzsche said, "To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering." But what he also said is this: he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. If you've lost your why, I'm not here to hand you one. That's not mine to give. But I can tell you this: your why doesn't have to be noble. It doesn't have to save the world. Sometimes your why is finishing that show because it made you laugh once. Sometimes it's just to spite the void, because screw the emptiness. If it's going to take you, make it work for it. David Goggins, a man who crawled out of abuse, obesity, and self-hatred to become one of the toughest endurance athletes alive, said that his turning point was not a motivational quote. It was pure rage. Rage that life had taken so much from him. He didn't want to improve. He wanted to fight back. So if all you've got left is anger, use it. Channel it. Not to destroy yourself, but to spite everything that tried to destroy you. Osho, the controversial but deeply insightful mystic, once said, "There is no meaning in life. You have to create it. Meaning is not something ready-made. It is your creativity. If nothing feels real, maybe it's because you've outgrown the stories you were told to believe. Maybe your emptiness isn't a defect, it's a blank canvas, but don't rush to fill it. Let it be empty. Learn to sit with it, because within that silence, you might just hear your own voice again. And if you're wondering why you, out of billions, had to carry this invisible weight, listen. Even Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, believed that those who suffer deeply are being initiated into something greater. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. But when you do, you stop running. And I know. It's so hard not to dwell on what's happened to you, the pain, the betrayal, the loss, the loneliness. It wraps around your thoughts like fog and whispers that your life is nothing but chaos and bad luck. But here's something to hold on to, not as an answer, but as a deeper possibility. What if this is all happening for your highest good? What if the very thing breaking you is also remaking you into someone your soul came here to become? Maybe you can't see it now. Maybe you won't see it in this lifetime. But some souls come here with heavier burdens. not as punishment, but as purpose. Some people suffer not because they're weak or cursed, but because their soul chose a mission most wouldn't dare to accept. Call it karma, call it spiritual refinement, call it soul evolution. But know this, your suffering is not wasted. Every tear, every scar, every silent night where you stared at the ceiling asking, why me? All of it is part of a sacred unraveling. You are shedding what is not truly you, so you can remember who you've always been. Even the ancient mystics said, suffering burns away the illusions of the ego. It is not here to punish you. It is here to purify you, to pull you out of the noise and into something real, something timeless. And yes, that hurts. Transformation always does. But life is short. This chapter, this body, this version of you. One blink and it's gone. So don't waste it hating yourself, blaming yourself, or resenting your pain. Accept what is, not because it's fair, but because fighting it only drains you more. Accept it and rise anyway, without judgment, without shame. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to evolve. And this right here is your evolution in motion. So, don't force yourself to heal. Don't drag yourself into some self-improvement boot camp. Maybe you don't need to change. Maybe you need to witness your pain, to say, I see you. I won't run. Not today. You are not weak for being tired. You are not a failure for falling apart. You are not worthless because the world doesn't see you. The system is rigged to overlook sensitive souls. That's not your fault, but you're still here. And in a world that's burning, that matters. And maybe, just maybe, someone out there needs to see you endure. Not because you're full of hope, but because you didn't quit, even when you had every reason to. This isn't advice. This is a mirror. Look in it. You're still here. If nothing else, just know I'm glad you're still here. And I'm so sorry it's this hard. But remember, you are enough. You are enough, and I love you. That's enough for today.